Hello guys, it's Sapphire Morningstar. I'm here with a review of The Gifted, Season 2, Episode 2, titled unMoored. So basically within this episode, we get a little flashback. We get a flashback to 3 years ago when this woman named Evangeline Whedon recruited John Price Star, aka Thunderbird, to lead the Atlantic Station for the Mutant Underground. So within this little background, I was getting a lot of X-Men 1 vibes, meaning if you've ever seen the first X-Men movie, I think came back like 2000s. We're first introduced to Hugh Jackman's character as Logan, aka the Wolverine. You got that him fighting in this cage thing. So that's what Thunderbird scene reminded me a lot of when we first saw Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And then I started getting feeling sad because Hugh Jackman's gonna be playing Wolverine no more. I was just like, well, now I'm just sad. Shit. But anyway, so that's how he ends up becoming the leader of the Atlantic Station. So in the present, they decide when they need some help on trying to find, Polaris and Andy, they go to her. He's like, maybe she can help us. So in the present day, when he gives her the UBS drive or information they have, she's like, she refused pretty much. She refused to take on the inner circle, but gives Thunderbird the location of a mutant named Erg. I think that's how I pronounce his sprouts. It's spelled ERG, who may know more. Meanwhile, Caitlin and Reed continue to argue about Andy. Because Reed feels like that Caitlin is pretty much not there, and they started saying that Andy left us and something like that, and then he ends up eventually later talking to his daughter Lauren, and she's pretty much said that they really haven't been paying attention because she has her own issues that she deals with, because she tells her daddy that she has her own trauma from killing 15 people back in Atlanta. But if you remember the end of season 1, her and Andy, when their hands are together, their power, it basically creates like sort of this explosion type thing. So them holding hands is really not a good idea. So she going through her own situation, which I remember is kind of hard, but it's a lot to deal with. And then also after Miss Lauren leaves, we see Daddy, Mr. Reed, her dad. We see his hand do that glow thing again, and then he touches, I think it's a file cabinet, and it disintegrates, and then he touches the wall, and it kind of disintegrates a little bit. I'm like, ooh, Daddy got powers. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. And then, meanwhile, Mr. Jace turn. If you remember, he was a Sentinel service agent. He tries to be a lawyer, but he's still pretty much obsessed with mutants. And before telling his wife that he can move on, and he's still pretty much obsessed with mutants. And his wife is like, "Baby, look, move on," because pretty much this obsession is gonna ruin a relationship at this point. We get that he lost his daughter during the July 15th incident. But his obsessions with the mutants, one, it's not going to bring her back. Two, what is going after mutants really going to accomplish for you? You're sending yourself down this dark path, which everybody around him is pretty much telling him. It's telling him to let it go. His wife is telling him that, like, okay, you lost your daughter, but I'm still your wife. I'm still here. Like, you didn't lose your whole family, bro. And then of course his friend, he was asking about the blackout, and he's like, I suspect it's a mutant. And even his friends like, dude, let this go. Like, it's not healthy. Like, it really isn't. So when he goes home, he's finally getting rid of the files that he had on the mutant underground in his house. I'm like, yeah, dude, because that's not healthy. I know a lot of people tend to be on those paths of revenge, but when you're on those paths, on that path of revenge, it never turns out. Like, you need to let yourself heal. Grieve for your loss and just move on, because it's not gonna bring your daughter back. It's not gonna bring nobody back. It's not gonna fix what happened. And that's the end of that. Meanwhile, we see Andy and Lauren have been sharing dreams, and the dreams have actually been interfering with his training. So Reba is having Andy going through his training. Training kind of like how you used to see if you ever saw like the X-Men cartoons or the movies, the live action films, where they always have the mutants training so they could be able to control their powers more. So that's basically what they have with Andy doing, controlling his powers. And when he gets to like this 5th wall, because each wall is like harder, he can't break through because he's thinking about his dream. Now, in Lauren's version of the dream, Andy won't let go of a hand, and their powers. When they hold hands, it creates explosions. So in Andy's version of the dream, Lauren's trying to break away, and she ends up falling off the edge of the building, and that's when he wakes up. So this is bothering him. So he tries to call out to his sister, but his dad ends up picking up the phone, and he doesn't say anything. And of course, Reba feels that if he can't basically do these buns, they're gonna try to get rid of him. I'm like, well, damn, bro. He's 15 years old, and conversation tell you, yes, he's strong on his own. Each child is strong on their own, but you put them together, they cause some damage. But still, he's 15 years old. And he has his mom, his dad, and his sister. They're alive, but it's not like he's like, hey, mom, hey, dad. It's kind of you think she try to relate to the child or something. So he ends up finally telling Reba his issues, and she pretty much tells him to take that fear and use that as to motivate him in his training. So he ends up doing that, and the show ends with Polaris, seeing Eclipse. Eclipse had bought he had Marcos, aka Eclipse. He had bought some wine to celebrate, yay, the birth of the baby. But obviously we know Polaris is not with him, and he don't know if she's okay or if the baby's okay. So he ends up drinking the whole wine bottle, breaks it, and he does a little glass thing with his shines his power through the glass. And then we see Lorna. She can see it from a distance. She's like, oh, look, sweetie, look, Dawn. She named the baby Dawn. She's like, look, Daddy sent us his message. So she goes to feel Dawn's forehead, and so apparently she has a fever, and Polaris starts freaking out. She's like, she's screaming, somebody help me, which is understandable. I mean, you just had this baby, and now this baby has a fever. Oh boy, that's scary for a first time mom. So that's basically how that one ends. This episode ends, and I'm really loving this season so far. I'm definitely loving the season so far. Due to the fact that I will be on fall break next week, I will be doing pretty much the rest of season 1 of The Gifted on, I think, Tuesday and then Thursday, because Fairy Tale, I did not know if the Fairy Tale was going to be so quick. I figured maybe like the middle of October, something, not the beginning of October. But Fairy Tale apparently is going to, I think they said the sub version is going to be the 6th of October, and the dub version is going to be like later in October. So I'm going to have to go ahead and finish as much Fairy Tale as I possibly can, because I'm rewatching them again before I do them. So I just finished the Edda last arc, so I'm going to have to go and post that among the rest of the Fairy Tale. And what else I have coming up? Okay, I'm doing The Gifted right now. Oh, and of course, American Horror Story will also be doing that. But other shows I'm adding on for this October is probably going to be Sabrina, because that's going to be on Netflix, so that'll be easy for me to access that. So I'm going to be doing Sabrina and maybe Charmed. I don't know. I'm still debating if I want to watch Charmed. That's because I grew up on the classic Charmed, so I'm kind of on the fence about that. But anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of The Gifted. Bye!